Hello students, welcome back to Olympiad Scholar. Today we will be discussing about IMO previous year question paper 2014 for class 6. This is the part 1 of this tutorial as we will be discussing, the link to which you can get in the description below. In this tutorial, all the questions are explained with complete detail and with adequate tips and tricks so that you can do better in your actual examination, and you won't need an extra teacher to teach you this Olympiad questions. So I would like to request you to subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon so that you will get notified every time I upload a new video for you. Also like the video and share with your friends and other family members so that they will also get benefited from this tutorials. So let us start the tutorial with the first question. It says, in a joint family, there are father, mother, four married sons and three unmarried daughters. Of the sons, two have two daughters each and two have a son and a daughter each. How many female members are there in the family? See, we have to find out the total number of female members in the family. See, you can solve this by drawing a family tree, but it will take a lot of time. So now you can practice it at your home, and I will explain with the shortcut method. Okay, by taking informations from this question, here you get the first female member. So you can say this is one. Four married sons, definitely they will have four wives. Okay, so three unmarried daughters must be staying on the same family, okay, with their parents. So you can add three here. Of the two sons, two have two daughters each. Two each means like first son having two daughters and second son is also having two daughters, and two have a son and a daughter each. So as we are only considering the female member, so you can see the next two sons are having two daughters in total. So if you'll add this, okay, so you will get 5 3 8 plus 2 10 plus 2 12 and 2 14. Okay, so the correct option is 14. So I would like to suggest, if you have not solved this question of your own, I would like to tell you to pause the video every time a new question appears and solve the question of your own, and then come back to check your answer here. Okay, and don't forget to tell me in the comment section that how many questions you did correctly. So let us jump into the question number 2. Read the information given below and answer the questions that follow. See, P star Q means P and Q are of the same age. If you come across a sign like this, then you have to assume that both of them are of same age. Okay. So again, P minus Q means Q is younger than P. So that means the person or the letter after this sign would be younger or less. P plus Q means P is younger than Q. So let us evaluate this statement. Okay, so Shreya, I will write S for Shreya, then a star sign, then Meena, I have written M for Meena, and minus Preeti, that is P. Okay, so you see a star sign here, so you can like tell that Shreya and Meena are of the same age. So they are of same age. Now, as both of them are of same age, we need to find out how Preeti is related to Shreya and Meena as far as their age is concerned. You can see minus sign precedes Preeti. That means, so after minus sign Preeti has been written. So you can see that this, okay, rule has been followed. So Q is younger here. So Preeti will have to be younger here. So you can say that Preeti is younger than Meena and Shreya as well. So you can say that Preeti is the youngest. So this was quite a easy question. Okay. So next question. There is a certain relationship between the figures P and R. Okay, so the relationship is between P and R, not P and Q. Okay, so you have to like observe this carefully. Okay, so establish the similar relationship between figure Q and S and find the missing figure. Okay, so now we have to establish a relationship between Q and the figure S so that we can find the answer or missing figure. Okay, so let us start with this little object. Okay, so S, so you can see in the answer figure S. Okay, in the question figure S is here and it has come down to here. So what has happened to this letter? That means it has taken a anti-clockwise jump. Okay, one step jump you can say. Okay, it has jumped one step. Okay, and anti-clockwise. So similarly this triangle, okay, will come to this place. Okay, so you can say that in the answer figure the triangle will be here. So you can see where, in which figure this triangle is placed here. So no, this is not the answer. So yes, B is the answer, but D is not the answer. Okay, in the first attempt we got the result, but I will tell you to check other objects as well. Okay, so now our answer is D. So let us move to the question number 4. There is a certain rule followed in the figures 1, 2 and 3. Identify the rule and find the missing number. See, so the same rule is being followed in all the question figures. Okay, so now you can see that there is a 3, 6 and 9 in between all the figures, and some numbers are surrounding the central number. So if you'll try to find out a rule, then you will see that all the numbers surrounding the central number are multiples, okay, of the center number. Okay, in all cases. Okay, so 18, 24, 96 and 108 are multiples of 6. So 720, 108, 18 are also multiples of 9. So now it is confirmed that we need a multiple of 9 over here. So you can find it from the options. 190 is not a multiple of 9 because 1 plus 9 will give 10. 729, okay, 7 plus 2 is 9, plus 9 is 18, then 1 plus 8 is also 9. So this is the answer. 820, 8 plus 2 is 10, so this cannot be the answer. 150, 1 plus 5 is 6, this cannot be the answer. So our answer is option C, 729. So next question, question number 5. In the word mathematical, if the first and third letters, fourth and sixth letters, seventh and ninth letters, and the 10th and 12th letters were interchanged, then which of the following would be the 7th letter from the left hand? See, if this question is being given to a class 1 students, then also you will be able to solve it, but it will take a lot of time. So again, I know that you can also solve it by just replacing first one is first and third. That means you will have to replace first one third. That means T will come here, M will go there. So but without doing all the replacements, I will tell you the trick so that you can find the answer within less time. Okay, see, just observe the question. Which of these following would be the 7th letter from the left hand? We need to find out the 7th letter from the left hand. See, left is from here. Okay, so you need to find out the 7th letter after the changes done. Okay, so let us first check or first count which is the 7th. So this is 1, this is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. So A is the 7th letter, but it is before the replacement. Okay, so the 7th letter in the question, if you can see, the 7th letter and 9th letters have to be interchanged. See, the 9th letter is I here. Okay, so these two letters, okay, would have been interchanged by now. So our answer will be I. Okay, so this is option D. Okay, answer is I. Question number 6. Again, it is a confusing question. if R is denoted by N, D is denoted by T, I is denoted by C. So I don't think I should read this question, because one letter is being denoted by some other. So neither you can remember this nor you can implement at a time. Okay, so let us go to the question directly. Then how will the word introduced be written? See, it is a similar type of question that to the previous one. You need to transform introduce to a new word. So and you have to check or match in the option section. Okay, so now again I would say that if you will try to find the new letter for I, then you have to go I is denoted by U, then you will write U. So again it will take a lot of time for you to get the new word or new code for this word introduce. Okay, again I would like to give that in less time you can find the word. Okay, let us check the options first. Okay, see, you can see UCO, first three letters are same, so it is unnecessary find out the codings for these first three letters. Okay, now I think you got it. Okay, so let us find out the code for R exactly. So now our word has to be UCO. Okay, so as it is same in every options. Okay, so R is denoted by dash. Okay, so you need to find out that R, where is R? Okay, if R is denoted by N. Okay, so now you have to write N here. Okay, so and you have to cancel out the options which does not contain this N in the fourth place. Okay, so here N is there. Okay, we have to rather check it, this one, and here also you get N, but in this case I is coming, so this cannot be our answer. Okay, let's check the next letter, that is O. O is denoted by I, then you can write I here. Again after N you have to check I. See, here I is there, here I is not there, after N T is there, so this cannot be the answer. So this process is called elimination process, and you can N, you have got N I here. Okay, so this can be the answer. Okay, so now we are left with A and B. Okay, so after I, here T is there, and after I, here D is there. So in this step we'll definitely get to the exact answer. See, so you have a D here and it will be denoted by another number. Okay, so you have to find by what letter. See, it is here D is denoted by T. So now you have the letter T for this, and you can say, so first three letters were UCO and the next three letters are NIT. So now you have to find where it is correctly present. So after UCO you have NID here. So this cannot be the answer, and after UCO you have NIT here. So this is the correct answer, option B. So let's jump on to the next question. Okay. So question number 7. The given diagram shows four persons stationed at the four corners of a square piece of plot. So this is a square piece of plot, square piece of plot. Okay. So and the four persons are stationed at the corners of this plot. Okay. So then it is saying B starts crossing the field. See, B is here. If it has to cross the field, so it can cross the field in various ways. So but it is starts diagonally. Okay, it starts diagonally. Like that means at this point it's supposed to be cross the field. Okay, so starts diagonally. After walking half the distance, he turns right. See, what is the half distance? Half distance means this total diagonal. So if this is the complete diagonal, so at this center will be the half. That means B came to this point after. So now you can say that it has covered the half the distance, and from here he turns right. Okay, see, now it was heading towards the like this direction. If it will turn right, see, I will show you. So originally this is east, this is west, this is north, and this is south. Suppose one person is heading east, and if he will take a right turn, so definitely he will be facing towards the south. That means he has to take a 90-degree turn. Okay, so here you can say that from here, if he is moving or turning to its right, then that means he has to take a 90-degree turn towards this direction. Okay, now clear? Okay, so walks some distance and turns left. Again, he walks some distance. That means he has not come to the end. Suppose let's say you can from here again he turns left. Left means again, okay, he will be heading towards the same direction as previously he has started walking. Okay, so now we have to say what is this direction. Okay, which direction B is facing now. So now he is facing this direction, is this is south and this is east. So as per the question it is southwest, but don't make a mistake that it is northeast as per the original direction. Okay, so rather the question the answer would be southeast. So southeast you have to find. Okay, it is present in the option D. So now one more thing I have to tell you. See, firstly it took a right turn, then after going some distance it took a left turn. That means if someone is suppose heading toward a particular direction, first he takes left or right turn, then he takes the reverse turn. That means he will be heading to the previous direction. Okay, so that means right and left turns can cancel. Okay, and the original direction will be like this direction, which is south east. Okay, so let's jump on to the next question. Question number 8. The given three figures x, y, and z shows a sequence of holding a piece of paper. Okay, so figure Z shows, so here is your figure Z. Figure Z shows the manner in which the folded paper has been cut. Okay, it has been cut as shown in the figure Z. Okay, identify the unfolded form of the piece of paper. Okay, so there are some options A, C, B, and D. So first of all, when you come across this type of questions, you have to check what are the similarities and dissimilarities in the options figure. See, if you say the central circle is present in all the options, so you need not worry about this central figure, that how it will become after unfolding it. Okay, and you can see these smaller circles are also, okay, exactly similar in all the option figure. Now the main problem is, okay, main variation is this rectangle or square and the rhombus. Okay, so let us check. Okay, so we need not worry about these two figures. So this is a corner part. So if I will tell, okay, so this is the circle, and you see this figure is like, okay, this one. If you will complete it, it will rather become a rhombus. It cannot become a square. Okay, so a rhombus, okay, rhombus is the correct like figure. Okay, it will be unfolded again here. Okay, in this place also you can see, if you will complete or unfold this, it will again become a rhombus. So both of the figures are rhombus, so this cannot be the answer. Okay, here C can be the answer, because all the rest figures are rhombus. Okay, here one two squares are there, two rhombus are there, so this cannot be answer. So for 8 our answer is option C. Okay, let's jump on to the question number 9. Okay, so how many dots lie opposite to the face having 4 dots? Okay, so you must have been played the game of Ludo. So there you might have seen this dice or cube. Okay, so all its faces, okay, you find some numbers. So I would suggest you to do a paper cutting at your home. first you design this like this and try to fold it to form a like a cube. Okay, so you can form a cube so that you can practically see that this face, okay, what is the opposite face of this face which contains four dots. Okay, and I will try to give you a short video in this section, okay, so that you can visualize the correct answer. Or I will suggest you to download app which is found in the play stores and whose name is CubeNets, and you can literally play with this net, okay, of this cube to get the answers. Okay, but in this you can just imagine, see this side, it is the adjacent side, it can make a 90-degree. So if it makes a 90-degree, all of this will be making 90-degree to this, and this cannot, none of this can come to the top of this side. Okay, again if we'll see this, when this will make a 90-degree, it will the like 2 becomes a wall and it will exactly wrap the top face. So our answer is dots, that is the 5 dots will be opposite to that the 4 dots. Okay, so our answer in this case will be option C, that is 5. Okay, so in here I would suggest you to download the CubeNets game and experience the fun in that game. Okay, so let's jump on to the next question, which is question number 10. Okay, so question number 10 says select the correct mirror image of the figure X if the mirror is placed vertically to the right. Vertically to the right means the mirror is exactly here. Okay, so what can be the answer figure? Okay, so if you are following my tutorials, so you must have been knowing that there are some rules of to find out the mirror images. So I will tell you. Okay, see this circle and this circle. Okay, so these won't changes. It's like suppose here you will have the image. Okay, so now you have two figures here and here. So which of the two figures will come to this and this? See, I have told you the distance of the objects before and after mirror will be same. That means you can say that this figure will come here first, and then after some distance this figure will come here. So definitely you will have the rhombus, okay, here, and the circle here. And similarly this postcard type rectangle will be like at a, okay, at a distance place, but you will see this triangle, okay, near to this mirror. Okay, so now you can check, this is a rhombus circle, no, it is no rhombus circle, and triangle. Okay, this can be the answer. Here rhombus circle, no, and here rhombus circle and triangle. Okay, so this and this can be our answers. Now we will inspect further. Okay, so if you see the question figure, the upper part is shaded, okay, for the circle. So here the upper part will be shaded. Okay, so when in the case of mirror images, the figures don't tilt, like it doesn't you can say it don't become upside down. Like whenever you stand in front of a mirror, your face does not towards the your leg, and your leg does not shows in the upper part. Okay, it doesn't happen. So if in the question figure, okay, in the question figure, if the upper part is shaded, in the answer figure also your upper part will be shaded. So now you have to check this one. Okay, So the circle upper part is shaded and here the circle is lower part is shaded. So this is not our answer. So for 10, answer B is correct. Okay. So I hope you understand, and if you didn't understand the explanation, so then do comment below so that I can make a specific video for the mirror images. Okay. So let us jump on to the next question. Which of the following options will exactly make up the figure X? So we have to exactly make these figures, and here some stops are given. Okay, so let us try from the option D. See, there are so it is clearly visible there are two dots, but there is not the smallest circle. So this cannot be our answer. There are two circle, but the dot is absent. Okay, so this cannot be the answer. Here one dot and one circle is available, but the bigger circle is absent. Okay, so the bigger circle like this one is absent, so this cannot be the answer. But if you check this one, the dot is there, the smaller circle is there, the bigger circle is there, the these four lines are also there, and the four sides of this square are also there. See, this is four lines and this is four sides. So answer A. Okay, question number 12. Select the figure amongst the options. Okay, so which when placed in the blank space of the figure X would complete the pattern. So this is a incomplete pattern because the okay this box is empty. We have to fill in this. Okay, so answer figures in this box. Okay, so let us try to identify the rule is being followed here. So if we will check okay both the figures, okay diagonal, both the diagonal figures, then you can see that the letters are okay towards the center, and here in this figure the letter is like away from the figure. And one more thing you will observe, that we don't have to the what letter will come in the answer figure because all the letters are E here. So I have just omitted that step. Okay, you don't have to worry about the letter E. Okay, so you can say that this letter is away from the center towards the external corner. So definitely the answer E would come towards the external corner. Okay, away from the center, and this like triangle. Okay, is will become like this. Okay, so the flat face, it was away from the center, but here the flat face is okay towards the external figure. Okay, so this is the correct option you have to find out. Okay, you can see this is exactly present in the first option A. Okay, so next question is question number 13. Choose the figure which is different from the rest of the three. See, these figures are little bit hazy, but if you closely observe, then you will found that if I will draw the diagonal like this, and I will see that this part, okay, this left part and right part are exactly the mirror images or exactly similar. Okay, so here in this part also you can see that you can okay right you can draw the line of this is called symmetry. Okay, so this is a line of symmetry, and you will see that this is also a symmetrical figure in both the sides. So similarly, so if you will combine these 2 points, you will see that this also forms the line of symmetry for this figure. And if you will combine okay, so these 2 points, then you will see this figure is symmetrical, this figure is symmetrical, but this figure will come to this side and this figure will come to this side. So this is not a symmetrical figure. Okay, so our answer should be this P. Okay, so you have to find P which is present in the option D. So for 13, our option D, the figure P is our answer. Okay, so let us read the question number 14. Which of the following figures will continue the same series as established by the 5 problem figure? See, you have to like observe these figures carefully, because see, first there is one object, two, three, four, then five object. Okay, five objects are there. See, if you'll try to find out the similarities, you will find a similarity with the first, third, and fifth figure, and a second and a fourth figure. How? I will show you. See, there. So let us first check this one. Okay, third figure. So third figure, the first line. Okay, look at the first line. It is exactly same as the first line of the. Okay, so this figure, and the new object appeared here is exactly same as the new object appeared here. So you can say that this will be definitely replicated over here. So you can see that these four objects will be exactly seen in the first two lines. Okay, so you have to check these first two lines. Okay, so in the options, and you will find exactly in the option D. Okay, so if you check this, suppose this P, sleeping P, one is downwards and one is upward, and both the heads are towards each other, the first line is correct. And again the second line, so P, okay, well, this P is looking upward and this P is looking downward, and the both the heads are opposite to each other. Okay, this is also similar. So you can say that D is the correct answer. Or you, if you have some more time, then you can check the, okay, so rule how these are changing its positions. Okay, so let's jump on to the next question, and definitely tell me in the comment section if you want to like if you want to know exact pattern. Okay, so if the options are not given. Okay, so question number 15. Find the next term in the series given below. See, first one is like 3f, second one is 6g, third one is 11i, and fourth one is 18l. We have to find out the next. Okay, so we have some numbers in each code. Okay, first we will check the numbers. Okay, this is 6, this is 3, this is 11, this is 18. So first from 3 to 6 it is okay, so 3, the difference is 3. Now the difference is 5. Now the difference is 7. So 3, 5, 7. So here you have to find out the difference, that is 9. So 18 plus 9, that will be 27. Okay, the number part is like, now we have obtained the number part, so it is present in two options, that is C and D. So we have to now confirm what alphabet should come in this place. Okay, so just check the alphabets. This is A. Okay, G, it is the exact next alphabet, G. H is missing here, then I. Okay, J, K is missing here. Okay, so then L. So definitely here no letter is missing, here one letter is missing, here two letter is missing. So after L you will have three letters missing. L, M, N, O will be missing, and you will have the alphabet after O, which is exactly P. So 27P will be our answer, which is option C. Okay, next question. Estimate the sum this and this to the nearest thousand. Okay, suppose someone tells that it will cost around 20,000, 21,490. 7 rupees, so definitely you can estimate it to 21,000. And if someone is saying that 47,807, then you can round up to the nearest thousand and it will become 48,000. Okay, so for this you can cancel this all the three zeros and you can add this number only. Okay, 8 plus 1 is 9, 4 plus 2 is 69. So you can say that is if it is rounded off or if it is estimated to the nearest thousand, the answer will be 69,000, which is present at option C. So let us jump into the next question, which is question number 17. We have to find out the value of this expression. Okay, so this is a very easy kind of question. X vi. So you must be knowing x is 10 and this vi is 6. So that is 16. This is triple C and v double I. Triple C is 300 and v double I is 7. Okay, 307. So now you get 6 plus 7, 13. Okay, so this is 323. You have to find out 300. This is 200. This is not the answer. This is 300, but it is xiv. So it is not the answer. This is 300 double x triple I. So 300 double x triple I is the answer. So option C is the correct answer. Triple C double x triple I. Okay. So question number 17, option C is the correct answer. So let us move on to. Okay. So the next question, question number 18 is saying the largest number which divides 38, 46 and 62, leaving remainder 2, 4 and 6 respectively is dash. So when you come across this type of questions, it is asking to find out the largest number which, suppose I will say which is the largest number which divides like 18 and 27 exactly. Okay, so that means you have to find the common factors and our answer will be the highest common factor. So let us check. Okay, so I'll like write 3 6 times 18 and 3 9 times is 27. Okay, so again I can take 3 2 times 3 times. So 3 into 3, that is 3 multiplied. So 9 is the largest number which divides 18 and 27 without leaving any remainder. Okay, like 9 2 times is 18 and 9 3 times is 27. So you must be aware of this rule that when it is asked that you need a highest number which divides some other numbers, then you have to find out the highest common factor or greatest common divisor. Both are same. Okay, so in that context it is saying that if you will find out the highest common factor and if you divide 38, then it should leave a remainder 2. And when you divide this number 46, you will have to you will have a remainder 4. And when you will divide with HCF, so you will have a remainder 6. That means these numbers are already having these numbers in them. That means we can see we have to get rid of these reminders. Okay, so before finding out the HCF. Okay, so 62. So I'll have to take away 2 from 38 and I will get 36. I'll have to take away 4 from this and I will get 42. I will get I'll have to take away 6 from 62 and I'll get 56. So the our answer should be the HCF of this number. Okay. So to find the HCF, first I'll divide all the numbers with 2. So I will get 18 here, I'll get 21 here and I will get 25 plus 3 28 here. Okay, so I cannot divide it further because all the three numbers are not divisible with a particular number, or you cannot write 2 because 21 is there, and you cannot write 3 because 28 is not divisible by 3. So the HCF of 36, 42 and 56 is 2. So in that sense our answer should be like 2, but I will tell you this question is wrong. Wow, I will tell you why. See, when you divide like 38, 46 and 62 by 2, it will divide all the numbers without leaving any reminders. How you are saying that it will leave some reminders? All the three numbers are even and you are dividing by 2. So it will not leave any reminder, but it is the correct process to find out the solution to this type of questions. Though it is the question is wrong, so you can say that uh, the answer is cannot be 2. But if you like face this type of questions in exam, so like in the by following the process we got the result as 2, so you may take this option B. Okay, so question number 19, the weight of three boys are 11 3 by 4 kg, 11 3 by 4 kg, and second one is 14 1 by 5 kg, and third one is 16 1 by 2 kg. See, total weight of the three boys is, see, like we have to add these three numbers. See, you can add these three numbers with the conventional method, like you can like convert these fractions, this mixed fraction to improper fraction. Then you can take the like LCM of the denominators, then you can add. Okay, but I will suggest to do a shortcut over here. Okay, so there are some whole numbers and fractions as well, so you can add the whole numbers and the fractions separately. Okay, so now this will become 11 plus 14 plus 16, and then it will become 3 quarter plus 1 by 5 plus half. Okay, so this will give rise to like 6 plus 4 10, 10 plus 1 11, and 2 3 4, this is 41 plus. See, if you'll add these three, you can take the LCM over here, because you are not supposed to multiply with these bigger numbers, rather now you are having some smaller numbers. So 4 5 2, your LCM would be like 20. So 20, again you have to multiply 5, because first you have to divide it by 4, you will get 5, then 5 3 times is 15 plus. Okay, he will, here he will get 4 plus here he will get 10. So now you are having 15 plus 10, 25 plus 4 equals to 25 plus 4 is 29 by 20. So you can write it as 20 by 20 plus 9 by 20. So it becomes 20 by 20 will add 1 to the whole number. So it will become 42 and 9 by 20. 42 9 by 20, perhaps C is the correct answer. Okay, this is 41, this is 43, and this is 44. So our answer is number 19, C. So let us move on to the next question, which is question number 20. Okay, subtract this number from the sum of this number. So this is a very easy number. So you have to add like 85.75 and 5.9. So it will become 0. So you can add like this 7 plus sorry 5 plus 0 is 5, 16 here 1, so 5 plus 5 1 is 11 plus, so this is 91.65, and you have to subtract this from this number. So subtract 29. Okay, you have to subtract 29 from 375. See, this is 650 and this is 375. You need not subtract this part, because this is bigger and definitely you will get a positive result. You don't have to carry something from here. Okay, why I am telling, because in all the four options 275 is written after the decimal number, so you need to be concerned about the answer here. So only you have to concerned about this ones digit, because all the tens digit are also same. So we have to find out like 1 minus 9, which will become 11 minus 9, and it will become 2. So the answer should be 62.275, which is at the option A. I hope you got the tricks. Okay, so to balance the scale, write the missing fraction. See, the balance is okay. I'll write it like it. So the question mark plus 1 by 8 equals to 1 7 by 12. See, you can see 1 is here and 1 is here. That means suppose it is 1 kg. So 1 kg load is here and 1 kg is load is here. So you can cancel this. So now something, that is it is x plus 1 by 8 equals to 7 by 12. Definitely it is greater. So when you add something to 1 by 8, it will become 7 by 2. So what is x then? So you have to subtract 1 by 8 from 7 by 12. So 7 by 12, okay, you have to subtract 1 by 8. Okay, so you can take the LCM, or you can take the help here. So the denominator is 24 in each case. So it is obvious that the LCM would be 24. So here it will be divided by 12, we will get 2 and 7 will make 14 minus, okay, 3, okay, 14 minus 3 equals to 11 by 24. So you have to find 11 by 24, which is at option A. Okay. So let us move on to the question number 22. Okay, so arrange the following in ascending order. There are some number names. We have to convert into the numbers and then we can arrange. Okay, so 8,652. 8,652. Very easy. 96,000. Okay, this is 80,000. So I'll write 96,000 like this. 741. 741. Okay, so 59,000, I'll write 59,000, or you can put a comma after 1,000 so that you can identify the numbers clearly. Okay, 59,986. See, 986. I hope I am writing the numbers correctly. Okay, so 82,000. 82,000, you can put a comma over here. 906. Okay, 906. Okay, we have written all the numbers. So now you have to arrange. See, in the ascending order. Ascending order means you have to write like the first smallest number first. Okay, so this p is the smallest number. You can write it as p first. Then here you have 96, 59 and 82. So then you can write this number which is like r. Okay, r 59, it is used. Now 96 and 82. So you have s here, and PRS, you have to find PRS, which is present in the option C, PRSQ. Okay, so one is left, so no problem. You have C correct for question number 22. Let's move on to the question number 23. Okay, so Mihika makes 8 gift packs containing chocolates for Diwali. Okay, so she is making 8 packs. Okay, 8 packs containing chocolates. Okay, she puts 12 vanilla chocolates, 12 vanilla chocolates, 14 milk chocolates and 18 not chocolates, and 18 not chocolates in each pack. Okay, sorry. So that means this one pack contains 12 vanilla, 14 milk and 18 not chocolates. Okay, each pack contains. That means we have 8 packets of all of them. Okay, so you can say that one packet is this, and we have 8 such packets. Okay, so okay, let's see what the question is asking. With the help of which property can you calculate the number of chocolates in 8 packets? Okay, you have to identify the property which will be used here to find out the total number of chocolates. Okay, before answering this question, I would like to remind a formula, which is the circumference of like a rectangle. Suppose, okay, let me draw a rectangle properly. So this is being the length and this is being the breadth. You see the like circumference is this plus this, that means twice length, and this plus this, which is twice breadth. Okay, you have seen that we write it as twice length plus breadth. What does it mean? That means here is a length breadth and it is being repeated twice over here. That means you can say if you will add length breadth and you can then multiply it by 2. And if you have two length plus breadth, you can write it twice length plus twice breadth. You can write it as twice length plus twice breadth. Both are correct. Okay, so this property is known as distributive property. That means we are distributing. See, this length plus breadth is there inside the bracket and we are multiplying 2 as a whole. That means 2 will be multiplied to this L and to this B as well. So this is a case of distribution. So for 23, the answer is option C, distributive property. Okay, so let us check the question number 24. It is a bit hazy also, so no problem. I will read the question for you. The breadth of a rectangle is W centimeter. Okay, so here we are talking about a rectangle as well. Okay, let me like, okay, no, my hand is, okay, no problem. So the length of a rectangle is W centimeter. So you can say that this is the length and it is W centimeter, and the length is 5 times as long as the, sorry, the length is not W, rather the breadth is W centimeter, and the breadth of the rectangle is W centimeter and the length is 5 times long as its breadth. That means it is 5 times. That means you can have like 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 breadths, okay, similar to this length. So you can say that it is 5W, 5 times W. Suppose it is 3 centimeters, you can say that is 5 times 3, it will become 15 centimeter. Okay, so it is 5 times. Okay, so now it is asking what is the perimeter of the rectangle. Okay, we have just discussed about the perimeter, so it will be twice of this plus this, or you can write it like this, twice this 5W plus 1W. Okay, so it will become twice of 5W plus 1W is 6W. It is a multiplication, so you can have a 12W. Okay, so and in traditional method you can add like this is 5W, this is 5W, so it becomes 10W, it is 1W, 11W, it is another 1W, that is 12W. So in this way also you will find this is 12W centimeter. Okay, so so this is the last question of this part 1. Okay, so let us read the question. The pie chart shows the number of students who choose a different co-curricular activities in a school. An equal number of students choose basketball and volleyball. See, sorry. So equal number of students are there for basketball and volleyball, and 96 students choose table tennis. So you can say that the number of students for this table tennis is 96. Okay, so the ratio of the number of students who choose basketball to those who choose soccer is 2:7. That means basketball to soccer, basketball is to soccer is equal to 2:7, or we can see that 2/7, basketball divided by soccer. Okay, ratio can be transferred to the this type of fractions. Okay, so it is, if it is 96, see, you can see there is a 90-degree drawn here. So if it is a 90-degree, so definitely this is also a 90-degree, and this line becomes the diameter of this circle and it is the radius of this circle. So if this is the diameter and this is the radius and they are making a 90-degree, so definitely this part is exactly similar to the this part. So this part will also become 96, and volleyball and basketball individually will become half of this, and that is 2 4 times 2 8 times 48. So basketball is 48 and volleyball is 48. Now it is saying that uh, basketball to soccer. So basketball, in place of basketball we can take 48 to soccer equals to 2 by 7. We can have a cross multiplication to find out what is the correct answer for soccer. See, this s into 2, that means 2s will be equal to 48 into 7, and s will be equal to divided by 2. So if you will divide by 2, so you will get 24, and 24 7 times is 168. Okay, so our option D will be the correct option, that is 168. So this is the last question of this session. So in the second part we'll be discussing the questions from 26 through 50. So I would like to request again to subscribe the channel and press the bell icon so that you will get the notifications, and like and share the videos. Okay, so that's it. Thank you. Bye bye. Give you a shortcut so